Hello, everybody. Welcome to Terryandzita Synaptic Fit Fusion Pros podcast.
Well, hey, it's great to be here and the first podcast of our new brand. Brilliant. So we're here now to talk today about really the pseudoscience behind online fitness gurus, unqualified life coaches, and biased professionals that lead to misinformation and disinformation on the internet, namely mostly podcasts and YouTube. But before that, I want you to introduce to one of our new podcasters as well. This is Harold. Harold is the brains behind the podcast.
Harold disappeared.
Where's Harold? Is he here?
He's here. Yes, hold it in front of you.
Brains behind the podcast. Okay. And
Hi, Harold.
Hello. Hi. Harold is here with us when I talk about neuroscience and I talk about parts of the brain, which different mental issues, depression and anxiety, and talk about how hypnosis affects the brain and all of that type of stuff. Harold's here to lend a hand. And I'll pick Harold's brains whenever I talk about those.
Literally?
Literally. So say bye-bye, Harold. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, Harold's over there. Right. Let's get back to the serious issue of pseudoscientists. Okay. So when we talk about pharma, we talk about pharma. Pharma does a lot of harm and can, there's a balance, I suppose, to be struck with pharmaceuticals. There is lobby groups for pharmaceuticals, but obviously there's a need for certain pharmaceuticals to help us live longer. Isn't that right? However, there's a skew in how these pharmaceuticals are promoted within the medical fraternity. Now, in Europe has much more of a stringent type of process whereby it's less, suppose it's illegal or less legal for doctors to promote certain drugs. But there are lobby groups as well in Europe, as well as the UK, and of course the States. And these lobby groups really give a lot of money, and they also have a lot of persuasion within the government circles. Now, have you ever wondered, this is a wee joke, have you ever wondered how do you know when a politician is lying?
Their mouth is moving.
Their mouth moves, correct. So that's where we come from. Because if you look at a politician, they go in at maybe 150K a year and come out multimillionaire. How does that happen? Well, we all know how it happens, but we just don't say it. Okay. So when we're talking about all of this, we want to talk about the fitness industry, because the fitness industry in particular is a big problem, with supplements that are promoted because of a certain research paper and so on and so forth. And the research is maybe skewed to favor a certain confirmation bias of the presenter on the YouTube or the podcast. So let's talk.
Can I just jump in? Not so much just the fitness, but I think overall as a health industry, not just the fitness, because a lot of medications are also being pushed that shouldn't be.
Yeah. And that's why I said pharma.
Oh, okay.
That's obviously there's certain products in the last couple of years that have been distributed, and they may not have been tested as for their veracity and efficacy as much as previous products of this kind. I don't really want to say the words, because if this goes on YouTube, it'll be struck off.
Yeah.
So the overall fitness, we talk about the mental health fitness, we talk about the fitness, bodily fitness, and we talk about also how maybe the pharmaceutical companies are now changing food supplements and trying to maybe ban those and make them a prescription drug for, again, more money to be had.
Yeah, unfortunately there's a big issue, isn't it? It's like follow the money trail, and then you'll find, who
Yeah.
or whom are behind that particular supplement or pill, and what they do exactly. Do they really help, or is this just a money-making scheme?
Mhm. In any of these situations, no matter what it is, anything in politics, geopolitics, anything in this type of area, in health area, always follow the money, and that'll bring you the right path and the true path, actually what's actually happening.
Yeah.
So fitness influencers, I think, a lot of them aren't scientifically trained to start off with. A lot of them aren't even trained within the health profession they profess to or claim to be part of. A lot of them have maybe lost weight and then are using their tactics just to um, change other or try and change and manipulate other people. But the same tactics they use doesn't actually work across the board, or probably may not work across the board, because as we know, we have to tailor every intervention, every plan, no matter if it's a mental health or if it's fitness, to the client
Right.
individually. So I think influencers have this broad brush, broad scope, that this will work for you if you pay me whatever. And
Yeah.
our sponsors are whatever supplement, X supplement, and these will work wonders for you and change your life. But of course, it never really works out like that. And I think that's what happens as well when we talk about, people, clients coming to us and talking about things that didn't work, and they're very demoralized, and it really messes up their mental health and their whole way of thinking about all of this stuff.
Because it's
And
easy to lose. Sorry to interrupt your thought,
my flow.
your flow, interrupt your flow. But yeah, it's so easy. Like I know it from personal experience as well. Although I never been obese, but I also had my own struggles. Where I saw myself overweight, or there was like a certain amount of body fat on me that I just didn't like, and I could not find, like a way, like how can I shape my body in a way that I envisioned, that particular body shape. And it's so, when you try so many different things except coaching, it's so easy to lose hope, and then sort of like put you in like in a depressed uh phase as well. That, right, okay, well that's it, like it's true what people say, like once you're over 40, then the body changes, and then yeah, you're just gonna get, this unwanted body fat, and then you're gonna get maybe more stressed or more depressed, and then there's no way out. So it's very easy to fall into this trap.
Mhm. Yeah.
But like I would like to urge, anybody that try coaching, really, really try that, because there is a way out. And it's not true that once you're over 40, then you're gonna get fat and you're gonna get uh aching, like joints and body parts here and there because it's part of the aging. No, I'm sorry, but that's BS.
Yeah. And I think, like reach out to us or reach out to other coaches or whatever, but they need somebody to guide them, properly guide them
Personalized, yeah.
in the scientific side of things, not on the pseudoscience of fitness. And there's a lot of pseudoscience of biochemistry out there that the biochemistry is a solid science, but people try and manipulate that and try and give different reasons for things happening in the body, and it's not true. And I think that we, as part of our coaching and as part of the broader coaching community, we need to speak out about all of this misinformation. And I think this is the start of it today with this podcast.
Yes, this is our goal. This is our vision as well, that we are trying to educate everybody, learn about nutrition, learn about your body, your mental health, your physical health, to get you to a stage where you are energized, you're really looking forward to the day, you're ready, you happily get up in the morning, and then like, let's rock and roll, and then whatever goals you set, whether it's work related, in your personal life, relationships, physical, mental health, you can reach that. You can,
Yeah.
and you will.
And I'm a living example of that because I'm over 40. I'll not tell you exactly what age I am, but I'm over 40. And I've been on a weight loss journey with you as well. Zita, as my coach, my fitness coach, and I've lost quite a lot of weight, around 3 stone in the last 5 months. Um, I think if they multiply, the American viewers would convert that into pounds, or and the Europeans would convert that into kilograms. But I'm just going to talk about stones. So 3 stone in the last 5 months, and with your help and with the help that we have through that Synaptic Rejuvenize 360 program that we offer as well, which works really well. And I know that over my age, it's very difficult to get up. I know from my experience in the last 5 months, it's very difficult to get up in the dark mornings and get up and go out into the rain and go into the car and go to the gym and then do your hour in the gym and then come back. But after a while, you do get to like it, and you actually, when you see the transformation within you, you love it. And it's the motivation that you get at the start, like from yourself, to get out there and do it. And then you become self-motivated after a period of time because you see the benefits that that you're going through. You see the transformation of your body, you see that you're actually fitter. I have asthma as well, but my asthma has calmed down quite a bit due to my doing resistance training and some cardio as well. So, the benefits, outweigh any of the pros and the cons. There's all pros and very few cons, and losing weight is the key to a healthy mind and body, because obviously my mind as well has now, it's clear and focused, and I feel great getting up at 4 a.m. every morning. And I think that's, the key is it's a slow start, but once you get started and see the changes, I think then that self motivates you then to move and strive forward, with the help of the coach, of course, like yourself in my case.
Absolutely. And I'm so proud of you, Terry, that you achieved so much. For those who are not familiar with stones, so 3 stones are about like 42 pounds and approximately 18, 19 kilos. So that's a huge achievement. And for those people who are maybe wondering, oh, well, that's, like during, like how many months or something. So we trying to put the emphasis not on that, like how many kilos or pounds or stones you're going to lose in a certain amount of month, but it's the overall lifestyle. It's your lifestyle to get to you personally, personally, whatever fits to your personal lifestyle, something that's sustainable. So it's not just like 2, 3, 4, 5 months and that's it. No, this is something that you keep doing for the rest of your life, so you'll be healthy inside and outside.
Another thing I wanted to say as well, it's very easy to focus on weight, 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 weight.
That's
When
not.
you're doing resistance training and you're losing body fat, you're not losing weight as such. You're losing weight initially you're losing weight in body fat. So you are losing some weight, but obviously, because had so much body fat, then I lost a big chunk at the start. But now it's starting to become more, I suppose, consistent, the weight's becoming more consistent because I'm building muscle as well.
Yeah.
And so taking measurements, size of your waist and neck and biceps and chest and all of those called anthropometric measurements. These are crucial. It's not just weighing because the scales will give you a false result and will demoralize you. Um, but when I went through this transformation, I didn't focus on weight. I focused on a lifestyle change. And the byproduct of the lifestyle change is a better body, is reduction in weight and fat, is more muscle, and so on. So that's the rationale that I approached it with, and it worked. And that's I think that if you have that and you see a bit of change every day, if you have that mindset, then I think you'll get through this journey a lot. Um, you know, you'll enjoy it a lot more as you go along.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so crucial. Looking at the number on the scale is just a tiny bit of piece of the whole puzzle. That's just one data point, nothing else.
Yeah.
Your weight, if you think about it, your weight changes throughout the day several times. Are you eating like your lunch, and then you're getting on the scale, you're gonna weigh more than you did in the morning when you got up. So if it comes to female, it's even more complicated. If you have your cycle, then ladies, you're there's a lot of water retention going on, so you're gonna weigh more during those particular days, within that period. So that's why it's not a good idea to focus solely on the scale. Oh my God, I lost a pound today. Because
Mm.
it could be just water retention.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's just a tiny bit of a data, but our focus is on the lifestyle, a sustainable, healthy lifestyle that you enjoy, you
Mm.
like doing, and it gives you the best results.
Absolutely. And talking about fat loss, when we talk about when we go back to these influencers and they talk about fat burners, fat burners are really for people who are lean mass and maybe want to lose a bit of fat for, like a muscle show or, have some kind of a competition.
Yeah.
Somebody's obese, fat burners will really not do anything at all. And so, you're wasting a lot of money there. They also talk about muscle enhancers and other products, but they don't really go into their effectiveness or they don't go into the research base behind them, if any. And
Yeah,
so
side
that
effects.
yeah, has side effects as well. And that's really the problem that we have for these influencers because they're getting a lot of money promoting these things, but they're not actually taking care of their followers as they should.
Yeah, there's a lot of affiliate marketing
Yeah, yeah.
with these kind of supplements, and they're not necessarily
And
help
so
you achieve your goal, or
no, absolutely.
even more like prevent you from getting there
Mhm.
most of the time, depending on, of course, what it is. Don't want to say any brand names or anything like it, but
Mhm. But I think what they do is the gurus look at the insecurities of their followers and then they they're a predator, amongst their followers they're predatory and they focus on these, you know, insecurities and they make them feel more insecure. And you have to buy this, if somebody's really thin and they don't have a lot of muscle mass, then buy these muscle enhancers because these muscle enhancers will make you great and they'll double your muscle mass overnight, which is not true, of course.
no.
But this is the kind of hyperbole that these guys come out with. And we also have to talk about as well that, it's not only influencers with no medical training or no scientific training. We do have scientists and we do have doctors who are giving misinformation because they're getting paid by certain groups, certain supplement groups to promote their products as well, which is really, I think it's really unethical. That takes it to the limit for me. When a doctor knows this isn't going to work and is still promoting it or promoting a study that's an obscure study that might not actually be put together very well, but are cherry picking the results in order for them to, in order for the results to say what they want them to say.
Yeah, definitely. It's true. I just heard it recently that one of her clients said that she was recommended not to eat fruit, but by her doctor, not to eat fruit because it has sugar in it, and to basically get on Ozempic to lose weight.
Mhm, mhm.
That was the diagnosis,
Yeah,
because obviously that person is getting paid for that particular prescription.
that was in the States, was it?
And
I think the laws in the States are quite more relaxed, I think, in terms of this type of thing, as opposed to the European and UK laws.
yeah, it was. And then this diagnosis or prescription, I should say, was completely unnecessary.
And that's seen so many times, that's it's just a money making scheme.
Yeah,
And I think when you're on Ozempic as well, it's a lifetime.
it's
It's
a
a
lifetime.
injection as well because there's a lot of side effects. I think
Yeah,
there's gut irritation and a few other things associated with it. That's obviously I haven't I don't it's not approved to be in the UK or Europe, but um I wouldn't take it anyway. But that's what I've heard from the community that it affects your stomach and not in a pleasant way.
yeah, yeah. So did I. That's what people are saying, that there are even some lawsuits
Yeah.
because they did develop some type of digestive gut issues, and some serious ones
Mhm.
as a side effect, the injection. So
Well, I think what we talked about so far, we talked about the pharmaceutical companies, we talked about the gurus, the fitness gurus, and the supplements and that type of stuff. But we also have the unqualified life coaches, and these life coaches are out there, and they're giving mental health uh, advice and therapy advice, and they're not qualified to do so. And so, again, these are predators. They're predatory, and they're acting on the insecurities of their followers as well. And I think that's just as bad as these other guys. But there's a whole, as I say, mix of these types of people within the internet community. Um, so therapists with pseudoscientific health claims, 30-minute cures. If you see a cure, anybody who uses cure on their website, just leave the website.
that's a red flag.
Nobody can cure, you know, we can make things better. If somebody gets a full recovery, that's brilliant, but you can't really replicate that across the fields. And this is what scientific method's all about. Scientific method is replication. If you get a result, somebody else should get a result as well, from the same tests. If you can't do that, then it's not working the way you thought it might work. So, like 30-minute cures for depression and anxiety, that's, these are hyperbolic claims which are there's no evidence for it in science. And so, that's another big problem we have. But these guys are making a lot of money, and they're they don't seem to have they either believe in what they say and they believe that they're curing people, or they don't have a conscience, one or the other.
Hmm.
And I'm glad to see now that there's more debunking going on. There's more of these YouTube channels that are debunking these claims, these scientific claims with real science. And I applaud that
Me too.
because people, if you're presented with a research paper and you're not a scientist or you haven't gone through a science training, it's very, very daunting and it's very, very hard to actually gain a lot of information out of it. You can learn the apps, can go to the conclusion and you can go to the abstract and you can see what it's about, but really getting a deep level of understanding from it is very, very, and it's very difficult. And picking out, inconsistencies in the data again is extremely difficult if you're not trained in that way.
So this is basically our goal to give you up to date and real information.
Yeah, absolutely. And the path forward going through with these podcasts is really wanting to look at the critical thinking and we want to look at evidence-based practices. And that's what we do in our own work. We look at evidence-based practices and we critically think and we critically evaluate things and various claims and so on and so forth. And we want to have a thriving community whereby people can go for reliable information. And I think that's crucial.
Absolutely. So if you like this episode, please uh, write a review, share it with your friends and family. The more people are sort of, I would say, enlightened about all the information that we have, the better.
Okay. And I'm Dr. Terry McIver. I'm a social scientist, a psychologist, and your Zeta Bertha
Zita Berta.
through.
NutriCore Fit Coach.
Yes. So until next time, thank you for listening and keep the mindset ready and keep active.
Exactly. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.
Bye.